check. If you're collecting pocket money from your parents, you can still budget. So okay. Can someone please get in touch with Glasgow? Let me just send them a message. Okay, I'll send them a message. Sorry about that. So, like I was saying, you need to budget. You need to know what is coming in every month. If it's weekly, you're getting your pay, you need to know. And it's not just about knowing. I would advise you to do your calculation, write it down. How much am I earning? All my earnings. You might have, a business that is bringing income. You might have a job, where you get paid salary. Every means of income for you, you need to write it down and note down exactly how much you're earning every month or every week. So after that, you then decide, you plan your income. The rule of thumb is 50-30-20 approach. So 50% of your income, usually they would say that covers your bills, all the bills that you need to pay in a month. If you're renting, for instance, you need to pay rent, obviously, you need to pay your council tax, you need to pay for electricity, internet, and all those things. So all the basic necessities that you need, and food as well, you need to budget that in. So typically they say 50%. And then the 30% is typically your, clothing. You want to buy new clothes. Maybe you're having a course, you need to buy books and things like that. That covers your 30%. And then 20% is your savings. Obviously, the 30 and 20 can be flexed. So you might decide that, okay, I don't need clothing, especially in this pandemic, for instance, where we hardly go out. You're working from home, for instance, or you're taking all your classes from home. You might not necessarily need to buy clothing, like you would normally do when you were going out. So you can easily increase your 20% savings to say 40% and then have your 10% as your miscellaneous. So you must have an approach that you want to follow. How much every month am I going to save? I would say have a minimum of 20% of your income. So 20% of your income must go into your savings. You must not touch it. You can increase that, but make sure you don't go below that. 20% of your savings, of your income rather, must go into your savings pot. That's the rule of thumb. So if you can increase that, make sure you increase it. But if not, make sure it stays at 20%. Do all that you can to make it at 20%. And then the next thing is talking about food. If you're a young person who is living at home, fair enough, you might have the opportunity to eat from your mom's pot or your dad's pot, once in a while. But if you're already living on your own, you have to start mentally calculating how much you spend on food. The advice there is to shop in bulk and plan your meals, products, if you don't have to. If you're buying Heinz mayonnaise, for instance, you can easily buy a Lidl brand, which will taste exactly the same for maybe 50p cheaper or 85p cheaper, So all those things, you should start having them in your subconscious when you go for your food shopping. Then the next thing is to track your money. Don't just be the person that uses your card everywhere. It's easy now, especially with touch. Before touch came into being, you have to enter your PIN every time you use your card. And that gets you thinking sometimes that, how much have I spent? How much am I entering for? But these days now, before you know, you're touching. And that's, your money going out So you need to check your statements